Hello and welcome to this edition of Introduction to StorFusion by QLogic. My name is Todd Owens. I'm a member of the OEM technical marketing team here at QLogic, and I want to walk you through a new feature that is part of what we call StorFusion. As a reminder, StorFusion is a co-developed set of functions from Brocade and QLogic that make the SAN smarter and easier to manage than ever before. As of today, there are 10 specific features that make up StorFusion, and all 10 are implemented in QLogic Enhanced Gen 5 16 gig fiber channel adapters and Brocade Gen 5 16 gig switches and directors. If you want your SAN to be smarter, faster, and easier to manage, then you need to upgrade to Gen 5 16 gig fiber channel today. In this session, we're going to focus on one of the features in the Enhanced Diagnostic category. These are the 10 specific technology enhancements implemented with the QLogic Enhanced Gen 5 fiber channel adapters and Brocade Gen 5 fiber channel infrastructure. We are going to focus on Dport and integration with Brocade ClearLink diagnostics in this session. Let's start by looking again at the customer problem. So Carl works on Sarah's SAN administration team. The team has been charged with deploying a new SAN and has used the Brocade Gen 5 16 gig fiber channel switches and QLogic Enhanced Gen 5 fiber channel adapters in their SAN design. The team has utilized Fabric Assign Worldwide Name and Fabric Bootloop to pre-configure the entire SAN environment as they wait for the servers to arrive. Carl's in charge of the initial bring up once the servers get there, and he wants to make sure things go as smooth as possible and is looking for a way to validate all the SAN connections before turning on the applications. What if Carl could run a simple test to verify all those SAN connections? Well, that's what Brocade ClearLink technology and QLogic Enhanced Gen 5 fiber channel adapter support for Dport provide. Carl can run diagnostics or Dport tests on each link to verify the integrity of that connection that he is going to be utilizing in the SAN. Let's take a look at what's involved. It's pretty simple. What Carl needs to do is to dial into the switch as an administrator in the CLI. Then he can take a look using the switch show command to see what's connected to his environment. From there, he can enable Dport, and Dport requires three steps. The first one is you got to disable the port, reconfigure it as a Dport connection, and then re-enable that connection. So now you have a live Dport connection. Once you enable that Dport, it's always a good thing to use the switch show command to verify that you're in fact the proper mode. In this case, you can see here in this screenshot we are in Dport, and then you use the Dport test command in the CLI to actually run the Dport test. So let's give that a try. Okay, so here we are on our server and we're at the switch login console. Let's go ahead and log in. We're logged in, and let's take a look at what we have. And you can see here we have 3 different ports connected. We're going to operate here on port 9. So let's disable the port. Now let's change it to a diagnostic port. And let's re-enable the port. All right, I'll do a switch show again to verify that we are actually in Dport mode, and in fact we are. Let's go ahead and run the diagnostic test. And there are test results. So we can see that the electrical loopback test passed, the optical loopback test passed. We had a latency of 136 nanoseconds, and our cable is estimated to be about 1 meter in length. And of course, all of that can be scripted, and you can run that across multiple different ports. Once you have completed, remember you want to convert back to a standard port. And so you reverse the steps, and those are shown here. You're going to need to disable the port, turn off the diagnostics Dport, and then re-enable the port, and then you'll be back online connected to your SAN. So in summary, Dport and Brocade ClearLink provide you the ability to do a pre-flight check of a sand fabric before you put it into production. Now, this can also be very beneficial in reducing the amount of time spent troubleshooting if you've got issues in your production environment as well. To enable this functionality, it does require QLogic Enhanced Gen 5 Fiber Channel HVAs and Brocade Gen 5 Fiber Channel switches with Fabric Vision licenses enabled. And we executed this demonstration using the Brocade CLI. This can be scripted using scripting tools, so you can run this in an automated fashion across all your environment. Well, that's it for this edition of StorFusion Introduction by QLogic. I want to thank you for your time and your attention, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.